Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis for big mega cap stocks. So show your support by hitting that thumbs up button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, and that means a lot to me. Now, if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, my analysis in 3 days of live trading, definitely check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Nvidia stock, it's up 1.35%, and talking about insanity, I mean, this cannot get any better. This stock here up again for the 7th day in a row, and it's green on the day, going all the way up to almost 470 today, guys. So only thing I can see before hitting a fresh new all-time high, that is 471 right here, resistant, where we got rejected before, and then 482, that previous all-time high right here. If this thing can clear 471, 482, blue sky above, and definitely you're going to see a fresh new all-time high. Now, talking about this nice head and shoulder pattern, well, so far it's not playing out. We got the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and guess what? This thing came right back up. Under 400, we got this hammer candle, and now trading close to 470. Also, we got this diamond pattern going on here on Nvidia, and nothing is playing out. Now, we had the same thing on Nflx, and that stock also did the same thing. I'll show you guys in a minute. So for Nvidia, I mean, yes, things can change with earnings, which is coming next week on the 21st. So Nvidia going into tomorrow above 460, the next resistance right here, 471, 482, and then a fresh new all-time high. Below 460, watch out for the support down here, 453, 443, 50-day moving average right here, 434, and then the gap below 423.81. On Netflix is up 0.47%. Now this was also a head and shoulder pattern on Netflix. It was coming down and then going right back up to 450, just like Nvidia. And then what happened? This thing actually played out. This thing came all the way down to under 350, and now it's going back up because of good earnings from Netflix. Now this is how it should be. I mean, look at this big run from this bull flag breaking out, and I mean, look at this run, almost 500. And then we got this nice juicy pullback correction on Netflix, not even filling this gap down here, but I get it, it was really getting oversold. And then in top of that, we have earnings, so this thing gapped up again. Now this is what I call a nice healthy correction on a stock. But if you look at Nvidia, where is that pullback, guys? I mean, this thing from 485 down to, look at this low right here, 344. Do you see Nvidia coming down from 485 down to 344? I don't think so. Every time the stock going under 400 or hitting 400, guess what? Anyone can make money buying the dip, because Nvidia going under 400 or going down to at least 400, that is it. Going right back up to 500, and I think this is the fifth or fourth time we have seen that on Nvidia. So if we're talking about a correction here on any stock, any given day, I would give you a nice example. This is how it should be, a nice correction, pullback, and now it's going back up to the upside. So on Netflix for tomorrow, clearly this thing holding above 5-day moving average right here, now sitting at 430 to 61. As long as Netflix above this 5-day moving average right here, that is going to be a dip buy for a day trade only, because if this thing can hold right here, you're going to see a bounce just like we saw yesterday and even today. And above 5-day moving average right here, 430 to 61, you're going to see a move all the way up to 450. Only time Netflix breaking below 5-day moving average right here, 430 to 61, then you're going to see a pullback all the way down to 418, and then the gap below 412.52. On Amazon, it's down only 0.44% after this massive move to the upside, not even getting a decent pullback on Amazon. So tomorrow, if there is a pullback, watch out for the support down here, 140, 138, and only below 138, you're going to see this gap getting filled at 133.57. To the upside, as long as Amazon above 140, this move will continue, and this thing can move all the way up to 146. So the mission here on Google is clear, to close that gap on top, 138.75, and look at this, it's up on the day again, 0.65%, and now it's trading above 20-day moving average right here, 133. That is going to be a support tomorrow, and then we also have support down here, 131, 130, and then the gap below, 127.74. Now Google can hold above 133, the next stop 135, and then the gap above 138.75. On Meta, it's up 0.30%, and I actually called it out in my Discord trading live this morning that anybody wants to get in, it's right here at 316, and you can put a stop 20%. And look at what happened today, guys. Getting slightly under 316, and then we saw that rally back up to the upside, and now again holding 316 as a support. So going into tomorrow, 316 will be your line in the sand right here on Meta. If that gives up, the next support 312, and then right here 307, 305, 300. Above 316, this thing can move all the way up to 326. So on Tesla stock, we got a flat day, but Tesla went under. It was red all day, all the way down to 217.64. And now if you look at my screen, it's not above 20 SMA, but holding right here, 5-day moving average at 220. So 220, 214, 212 levels to watch to the downside going into tomorrow as a support. Now if this thing can actually clear right here, 222.68, and Tesla can hold 20-day moving average right here as a support, the next stop definitely all the way up here to this gap, 242. On Apple stock, it's up 0.59%, and I called it yesterday in my video that Apple now trading above 180. Early as tomorrow, which is today, you're going to see 183. And what do you know? Apple hitting 183.45 and then instantly getting a pullback down to 181.59, not even touching the support 180, and then going back up and now trading just under 183. Now Apple, just like Nvda, going up in a straight line, yes, it's bullish, but also Apple needs to break and hold 183, and only if that happens, you're going to see a move even bigger all the way up to this gap just under 191. Tomorrow, Apple cannot break 183, then watch out for the support 180, 177, 175, 173. So the monster move continuing here on Microsoft and going up again today, 0.74%. So the next stop here on Microsoft to the upside, only thing you can watch as a resistance here on the stock, 366.78, and possibly a fresh new all-time high. Now look at this big move. I mean, from earnings, this thing gapped up, came down, closing the gap, and now straight up, no pullback whatsoever. So tomorrow, only if there is a pullback, watch out for a pullback down to this gap from yesterday, 357.54, and just below that we have support 355, 351, and then we can possibly talk about 346 to 343, and then the gap below 339. And here's my X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow, and I do post a lot of things here on my X account, and this is the easiest way you can get in touch with me right here on X. Now this was a nice day trade today on Roblox, and then especially AMD, getting those calls at 113, 115 calls for this Friday, and selling out for 38% profit. So all these trades in my 3 days of live trading, all that is happening on Patreon. And if you're interested, definitely check it out, and that link will be down below in the description as well, guys. On AMD, absolutely flat on the day, but you guys saw it. It was a nice day trade on AMD, buying at 113, 115 calls for this Friday, and within 5 minutes going up 38% and locking in that profit and getting out. And then this thing came down and now trading at 113.59. So to the upside, watch out for the resistance and the gap just under 116. And to the downside, watch out for the support 110, 107, 105. And now we have support at 102 and then 100. If this thing can break 118, guess what? You're going to see more upside on AMD and possibly coming up here and retesting this high. And that could be coming once we break this resistance right here, 118.